Good morning students. In this session we discuss about sexual reproduction and types of sexual reproduction. Especially in AIDS, the sexual reproduction in human being will discussed in this session. Okay. I said that sexual reproduction means involvement of sexual parts or sexual cells in human body or animal body Why? Because I considered it as animal body or human body, because this is sexual reproduction in animals. In this lesson we just studied about the sexual reproduction present in the animal body. Okay, in your 7th class you already read about the sexual reproduction in plants. So I couldn't mention here any sexual reproduction types in the plant body. I just want to explain about animal body. Okay, I mentioned here sexual cells. What are the sexual cells present in the human body here? Male sexual cell or gamete is sperm cell. The sperm cell is the male sexual gamete in the human body, that is male. In case of male, female sexual gamete is ovum. I mentioned here sexual reproduction takes place between two individuals, that is male and female. So here involvement of two gametes takes place. Male reproductive gamete is sperm cell and female reproductive cell is the ovum. Okay, ovum. Now let us know about male reproductive system present in males. Each and every male body having this reproduction system inside its body. Okay. Okay, here I am not using any scale or pencil, etc. That's why diagram will be like that. Okay, you just see the outlook of the reproductive system in the male. This is urinary bladder. Okay, this is urinary bladder. Okay, then inside the urinary bladder, seminal vesicles are present. These tubes enters into seminal vesicles. From these tubes combined and form a common passage. Okay, here there is another gland is present. From this glands also a new tube enters into this, and in this from this glands also a new tubes enters into this. Okay, now these round ball like structure are called as testes. Testes are round ball like structures. Okay, these are a type of glands. Why? Because these are called as glands, because they can secrete any secretion that is called as a gland. What is the secretion will secrete from a testis is nothing but sperm. Sperm will secrete from the testes. Okay, then these testes are located in a sac-like structure. Sac-like structure is called as scrotum. Sac-like structure is called as scrotum. Testes are formed in the abdomen of the organism. Okay, during you are inside the mother uterus. In your mother uterus, the testes are present. If you are, this is mother uterus, you are there in the mother uterus as a baby. Okay, in your stomach, these testes are not come out as like the after birth, but inside the uterus your testes are present inside your abdomen. At the time of birth only these testes are come out from your body, men's body, through a canal called as inguinal canal. That means scrotums are present outside the abdominal cavity. What is meant by abdominal cavity? The region, this is a human body, nothing but this is chest region, this is abdomen region. Chest region is upper region, lower abdomen nothing but stomach region. Okay, abdominal region. Okay, before birth of male, the scrotum present inside the stomach, but after birth only, at the time of birth only, the scrotum comes out and descended into the sac-like structure called scrotum. Why? Because why the testes comes out from the inside body to the outside scrotum? Why? The testes present inside the body of the male comes out into scrotum, because scrotum maintains less temperature when compared to the body temperature. Scrotum maintains less temperature. When compared to body temperature. For example, the male body having the temperature of 28 degrees centigrade, the scrotum maintains temperature of 26 degrees centigrade or 25.5 degrees centigrade. So, to lower the temperature, the testes comes into the scrotum and then fixed in the scrotum after delivery of the baby. Is it clear, students? Don't confuse, carefully observe, because these are the systems present in your body. Okay, why do you feel shy? Because every human being having these types of systems in all the types of individuals. So don't feel shy. If you feel shy, you can't get any subject. Okay, so you carefully listen and you carefully observe what the terms are used here. Okay, this is inguinal canal. Then inside the scrotum there are so many tubes are present. There are so many tubes are present. These tubes are opens into outer side. These tubes are called as seminiferous tubules. These tubules are called as these tubules. So many tubules are present. These are called as seminiferous. Seminiferous tubules. Seminiferous tubules. Why it is called as seminiferous tubules? Because the sperm secreted inside the seminiferous tubules, then these seminiferous tubules release the sperm into outer side, so those are called as seminiferous tubules. Okay, then these seminiferous tubules opens into outer side as a folded region. This folded region is called as epididymis. Epididymis. Okay, this folded coiled region is called as epididymis. It will catch the sperm cell from the seminiferous tubules, and this epididymis can store, it is very important, can store sperm temporarily. Temporarily it can store sperm. So from this epididymis region the sperm cell move through a duct called as vasa differentia. These ducts are called as vasa differentia. Is it clear, students? Vasa differentia is present here. The sperms comes from epididymis and then to these tubes are called as vasa differentia. This vasa differentia opens into a sac-like structure. It is called as urinary bladder. Okay, why it is called as urinary bladder? Because it can collect urine from kidneys also. Okay, this your reproductive system is connected with the excretory system in the male body, but in female body excretory system and reproductive system are quietly separated, but in case of male body both are attached. So this way of sperm and way of urine is common in males. Okay, so this urinary bladder can collect urine from the kidneys also. Here sperm also carrying through the urinary bladder into descending parts. Now here I mentioned a glands called as seminal vesicles. These are the glands. They can form a fluid called as so it is a fluid. What is the importance of that fluid here? It is it can provide food and energy to the sperm. Okay, it can provide food and energy to the sperm. Okay, what is that fluid present in seminal vesicles? These seminal vesicles are the glands present inside the urinary bladder, this secretes a fluid. This fluid helpful to provide food and energy to the sperm coming from the testes. The sperm coming through this tubes and enters through this region. In this region they can provide food and energy. Okay, is it clear? Then below to the wait. Okay, below to the seminal vesicle, here another gland is present, that is called as prostate gland. This prostate gland also secrete a fluid. It is helpful for lubricant movement of sperm. Lubricant means it can slide easily, it can move easily. That means oil has the lubricant nature. Okay, oil has the lubricant nature. Why? Because it can cause some loss of friction, so it has easily slide. That's why in this area the sperm easily forwarded to lower region. So to maintain the lubricant nature of the sperm, these prostate glands, prostate gland can secrete a fluid. This fluid having lubricant movement. Okay. Then after, here another gland is present, that is called as Cowper's gland. It is also secrete a fluid. Okay, this fluid also provide food and nutrition to the sperm cells. Okay, there is three types of glands here: seminal vesicles, prostate glands and Cowper's glands. These three glands can secrete three types of fluids. These are mainly helpful for the provide food and energy and then lubricant nature to the sperm. So especially the sperm coming from these tubes and along with the fluid coming from these glands combinedly called as, that means the sperm is combined with these fluids. The sperm is now combined with these types of fluids. So now sperm is modified its names as semen. Semen means seminal fluid plus sperm cells. Here seminal fluid means the fluid coming from three glands, that means seminal vesicle, prostate gland and Cowper's gland. These three glands secrete three types of fluid. These three types of fluids combinedly formed as seminal fluid. Now this seminal fluid combined with the sperm cell coming from this area and combined with seminal fluid in this area. Now it is called as semen. It is very, very important, student. It is very, very important in your 10th class. Okay. To make it easy, I am explaining here. Okay. So semen is the mixture of seminal fluid and the sperm. What is meant by seminal fluid here? The fluid coming from seminal vesicles, prostate gland and the Cowper's gland. Now this semen is in a common tube. It is called as urethra. What is urethra, students? Urethra is a common passage for both urine that is toilet, and for semen. Is it clear? That means through the urethra region both toilet will come and semen will come outside. So urethra is called as urinogenital duct. Urethra is called as urinogenital duct. Urinogenital duct. Why? Because it can send urine as well as the sperm combinedly. So it is called as urinogenital duct. Okay, this region, the urethra present in a tube-like region, this is called as penis. This is called as penis. This is a male copulatory organ. Okay, in case of involvement of copulation, penis involved in the copulation process. So it is a tube-like structure. Inside this tube-like structure, a common duct is present, that is called as urethra. Why it is called as urinogenital duct? Because it can send both sperm and the urine commonly, so it is called as urinogenital duct. Okay, this is the reproductive system present in the human, that is especially in males. Okay, now I am repeating. The main organs for the synthesis of sperm cells are the testes. Testes are round ball-like structures present in a sac-like structure called as scrotum. Sac-like structure called as scrotum. What is the function of scrotum here? To maintain the low temperature. When compared to body temperature. Why the scrotum maintains the lower temperature? Why? Because in that lower temperature only sperm cell will release. If the scrotum also having high temperature, sperm cells will not synthesize, sperm cells will not generate. So to generate the sperm cells, scrotum maintain less temperature when compared to the body temperature. Okay, inside the testes seminiferous tubules are present. These seminiferous tubules secrete sperm, and this sperm enters into outer coiled and folded like tube called as epididymis. It is called as epididymis. That means seminiferous tubules opens into epididymis. Now this epididymis attached to a long tube like structure called as vasa differentia. There are two vasa differentia. One is this side, one is this side. Two vasa differentia are present. This vasa differentia enters into again sac-like structure called as urinary bladder. It is a sac-like structure. Urinary bladder also collect the urine from the kidneys, that is excretory system, through these tubes. Is it clear? Then this sperms in the vasa differentia comes into three types of glands. Those glands are, first one seminal vesicles, second one prostate gland, third one Cowper's gland. These three glands can secrete different fluids. Those fluids helps in providing food and energy to the coming sperm. So these three fluids combinedly called as seminal fluid. These fluids combinedly called as seminal fluid. Now these fluids along with the sperm cells is called as semen. Okay, this semen will release it out through a common tube called as urethra. Urethra is also called as urinogenital duct because it can release urine along with the sperm. That means it can release urine and it can release sperm commonly through its, it is a common pathway for release of urine and release of sperm cell. So it is called as urinogenital duct. Okay. outer side to the urethra there is another tube like structure present. This is the main copulatory organ of the male. It is called as penis. It is called as penis. Okay. Through this our semen will released into outside. Okay. In this session we discussed about male reproductive system. In the next class we will discuss about female reproductive system. Okay. So female reproductive system having especially a reproductive cell called as ovum. Reproductive cell is called as ovum. Okay, just small introduction about female reproductive system I am giving here. Ovum is female reproductive cell. Okay, this involved in menstrual cycle of females. Okay, females having every month of menstrual cycle. So this menstrual cycle nothing but bursting of this ovum along with blood vessels. So this is called as menstrual fluid. Menstrual fluid here. So ovum is the reproductive cell. It is generally in female every month it can involved in the menstrual cycle. In the menstrual cycle menstrual fluid will release. This menstrual fluid nothing but bursting of ovum along with the blood vessels. Okay, this is about introduction about female reproductive system. Okay, in later class, in the next class we will discuss about female reproduction in detail. Okay, thank you students.